If you are on a diet, buying a chocolate cake and put it in the fridge, it's maybe not the most intelligent move. But when you are learning English, this could work very effectively. What happens when somebody tells you that you cannot have something? They tell you this, you cannot have it. This book, you can't read it. This movie, you can't watch it. In that moment, even if you didn't want it before, now, for some reason, you want to have it. You want to read it, you want to watch it. And this is even more powerful if somebody tells you, you cannot have this book, you cannot watch this movie. The temptation starts growing, and now you cannot imagine your life without that object. This is something that I called the object of desire. On the free course, on the principle number 1, we talk about motivation. And I ask you to think on your motivation in the most specific terms. If you want to read something, you need to say, I want to read this particular book and I will read it in this particular time. It could be a book, it could be a movie, it could be a conversation, it could be anything you want. But that is the object of your desire. That is what you want to do. Now, something that can trigger your motivation and can keep you going and focused along the way of learning any language is having that object of desire right there in front of you. What do I mean with this? Well, let's say that you want to read a book. Maybe you want to read a lot of books, but there is one that you have said, I want to read this book in English in such or such time. The best way to keep you motivated and never give up is to buy that book. If you are starting, or if you have never ever read something in English, of course when you buy the book you will not be able to read it. You have to work on different things. You have to work on your reading, you have to work on your vocabulary and other things. But now you have it here and you can start. So you can read the first page and say, okay, I cannot move from this first page. It's difficult, it's too complicated, so I cannot do it right now, but I will eventually do it. So you close the book, you put it on the shelf, and you keep learning. And you keep listening, and you keep watching, and you keep doing everything that you are doing. But now you can go back to the book maybe a week later, a couple of weeks later, a month later. But if you have been working in the past every day with your language, when you open that book again, inevitably it's going to be easier. To some degree, maybe not completely easier, but something is going to be more recognizable and it's going to be more understandable, and in the end it's going to be easier. Maybe again it's easy but not enough for you to read it. Close the book, put it on the shelf and keep working. And I am doing the exact same thing for German specifically. I can read without any problem in all the other languages. I can read in French, in Italian, in Portuguese, in English and in Spanish. There is no problem. But right now, still, I have some trouble reading in German because I think maybe the structures are more complicated or I have not devoted enough time to try to read in German. But I have this one book that I want to read and I have it there. And every once in a while I go back and read a few paragraphs and I notice that I still have work to do, but that I am making progress. The existence of that book in my shelf, it is what is not letting me quit. I don't want to read that book in any other language. I want to read that book in German. I already bought it. I have it there, so I just have to keep working little by little and eventually I will be able to read it. You can have maybe a season of your series that you want to watch. You can have that one movie that you can watch. You can buy the first season of that series that you want to watch in English without subtitles. You can have a movie that you have been wanting to watch in English without subtitles. Maybe if your objective is to talk to people, you can start trying. Here on the city, for example, we have a lot of tourists. Everywhere you see there is tourists. So you can go there and start having a conversation up to what you can do. And you say, hi, my name is Alan and I am learning English. And if they start the conversation, they keep the conversation going, and then you find that you cannot go any further, you say, okay, thank you very much, nice meeting you, bye. But you are taking the first steps. And now you know that you have it, and those tourists are going to be there all the time, so you can keep doing it and doing it. Those people are the object of your desire. Anything that really drives you and don't let you renounce is going to keep you motivated, and it's going to force you in a positive, friendly way to achieve what you want to achieve. Think about this as the house of your dreams. Everybody has a house of their dreams in their head. And maybe you can even describe it. My house is going to be this big, so many rooms, space to park 3 cars, etc. The color, the curtains, the decoration, everything. You have it in your mind, but still at this moment it's just a product of your imagination. But if you go to the house that you want to buy and you say, this is the house of my dreams, I am going to buy this house in 2 or 3 years or whatever the time it is. And now you have it, now it is physical, and now you can not only imagine it but remember it. And every time that you walk past that house, you are going to say, yes, this is my house. I'm going to live in this house someday. And every time that you walk by that house, you are going to say, I am going to live in this house someday. Think of your English as the love of your life. You can spend your entire lifetime chasing it, but when it has a face, it's easier to recognize it.